Would you like some good quality anime merch? Well, you can get that from our sponsor today, Beautiful Halo, link in the description. And on your next $49 plus order, get 5% off with the code MEME, and $99 plus order with code MEME for 10% off. Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and right now it's 1 a.m. I cannot sleep, so I might as well just record. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anywho, we shall begin. This is a new What If series, and this is What If Naruto went solo. Yes, you will understand what it means to go solo. I'm sure 99% of you understand, but of course I'm dumb. I'm that 1% who doesn't understand because I'm fat. That's why that 1% is me. Yeah, so please explain what solo means to me. Thank you. Anywho, sorry for that ear rape, but you see, I'm sure all of you like love my ASMR and that. Please don't address it in the comments. I beg you, do not. Anywho, this is What If Naruto and Solo Part 1, and yeah, we shall begin. Here, Naruto will have a sibling here, and I will say that Naruto has an older twin, so basically the twin's actually born a bit before Naruto, but it is what it is. And so Naruto, who didn't really well get along with his older brother, you could say, because the older one actually thought that he should have the most power. And just saying, only the full Naruto's was actually sealed inside of Naruto, because even though the older one got all the looks and all the brains, Naruto got all the chakra. Literally, his chakra reserves were much higher than the other one, but still, now the other one has immense amounts of chakra reserves since he's still in Uzumaki, but Naruto just has a lot more. So half of the Naruto's was sealed inside Naruto, and the other half was actually sealed inside Minato, because he didn't want both of his sons to go through this pain, and he believed in Naruto because he actually, like, since birth, he just liked Naruto more. Anywho, since they're twins, they look a lot alike, so it's kind of hard to tell which one's which, but still. Anywho, they have completely two different. Please, guys, help me. I need help. They have two completely different personalities, and yeah, one is well, smug and thinks he's the best, and the other one is kinda depressed because he gets abused at home, and that's by his older brother. And Naruto really has no power to go up against him because his older brother is actually smarter than him, and he actually studies a lot, and he actually learns skills from scrolls he actually finds around the village and in the library. So he is kind of kind of strong. Anywho, now, and just saying, he's a prodigy. And so now that Naruto comes, well, is starting to actually go out quite a bit, trying to make friends. His brother kind of gets pissed off at Naruto for coming so late home, and basically just bullies him, saying that he'll never have friends, and basically punches him up, and basically Naruto, who actually started crying, actually ran away from home, and basically is don't come back tonight, and basically Naruto said, I won't come back. And basically just saying, this was when Naruto was 4, and while he was crying, he actually ran quite far, and just saying, Naruto actually was bleeding kinda, because of the amount of beatings he had, and all around his body he had scars and bruises. So Naruto was literally getting abused, and so he didn't really like this life anymore, and he ran away somewhere far away from the village, near the outskirts, and he actually bumps into this one girl who was actually going home. She was actually Satsuki, and yes, I will be using female Sasuke here again, and the only reason is because I'm gonna quite a bit of good feedback on the last wife. I actually implemented female Sasuke, but of course, she won't be here forever. She'll only be here sometimes. And anywho, now that Naruto actually bumps into her, and Satsuki, who fell down, Naruto then apologized and then tried to help her up. But Satsuki sees that Naruto actually has a bruise on his face and asks what happened, and basically Naruto says, "Don't worry about it. Anyway, you gotta go." And Satsuki's like, "No, look, it's bleeding." And basically, Naruto's like, "It's fine." And then it was about to walk away, but Satsuki actually stops him and takes her with him, drags him to her home, and takes him inside. Actually, sneaks him inside, and basically, of course, Itachi, who's kind of suspicious of Satsuki, what she was doing, and he actually went to her room and saw that Satsuki was actually bandaging up or literally disinfecting Naruto's wound. And basically, Itachi said, "You don't have to hide your friend Satsuki," and basically, then says that it's going to become a bad habit. And Satsuki says, "Hey, listen, it's none of your business. Get out of the room." And basically, as soon as she says this, Itachi says, "Let me help you. You're not doing it correct." And basically, then Itachi helps out. And Naruto and Sasuke actually become pretty good friends after this. Naruto actually uh, leaves after an hour or so. But now, of course, Naruto has nowhere to go. The next morning, Satsuki wakes up and goes to the park to see that Naruto was actually there on the swings alone. And she came actually early because she wanted to play a bit on her own and then go with the friends, but then sees Naruto on his own and asks her why he's alone. And basically, Naruto says that he was here the whole night. And Satsuki's like, "Wait, what? What do you mean?" And basically, Naruto said, "Well, my older brother said I can't come back home." And basically, Satsuki's like, "What do you mean? Why?" And basically, Naruto tells everything to Satsuki, all about his life. And basically, Satsuki was pretty pissed off at how at Naruto's older brother, and that he would do something like that to Naruto. And basically, Naruto's like, "It's fine. It's what I had to go through my whole life. There's no difference. It's just an everyday thing." And Satsuki's like, "It's not normal, Naruto." And basically, Naruto's like, "It's only." It's normal for me, just leave it, don't worry about it. Of course, Naruto and Satsuki still are friends even after a year, and now Naruto, who's 5, and of course his brother is actually well known in the village for actually being a prodigy. Yes, so Naruto and his brother are actually known, Naruto being the failure and his brother being the smart one. And of course, Naruto's always being bullied because of it, saying that he's nothing compared to his brother and that his brother is so much better than him and everything. And yeah, so Naruto has to go through people discriminating him for being a failure every day, but Naruto doesn't really care. The only thing that he cares about is pretty much his friend and her family, and of course it's basically Itachi and Satsuki and her family. But then one day, Naruto, when he actually returns home after staying over for a full week at Satsuki's place, yes, Satsuki's parents allowed it. You'd think Fugaku would allow that? Are you mad? Nah, Fugaku allowed it because he knows that he doesn't really mind Naruto, and he is what he is. And now, of course, when he returned, Naruto got beaten again. And remember, Naruto's whole body is full of scars and literally just bruises, and they are bruises that will stay for a while. But this time, it was a special day. Literally, it was a special beating day, and Naruto has had enough, and literally, he got beaten so hard that he started bleeding throughout his chest and his back. But of course, Naruto really had nothing to do. But of course, Naruto being Naruto really couldn't take anymore. Remember, this Naruto is a lot more vulnerable since he's not that knucklehead ninja. He wasn't alone. He had someone to actually pay attention to him and discipline him for every little thing he did. And that every time he got disciplined, it was by getting beat. I know this is really sad and like what the hell, fam? Are you mad, bro? Why you gonna do that to my boy Naruto and that? But still, you know what I mean. Anywho, Naruto has had enough and said that I hate you, older brother. And just saying, Naruto's older brother will be called Menma, unfortunately, because I really don't have a better name to give him. I mean, Menma is pretty good. Anywho, uh, he says that I hate you, Menma, and just walks away, runs away. And Menma's like, "Do you think I love you? I hate you too, Naruto. You're always a pest. You get in my way. If you just weren't here, our parents wouldn't have died." And basically, Menma knows the truth. Menma is smart enough to actually find out. But of course, Naruto's like, what? And basically, Menma then says, you don't need to know. You don't deserve to know our parents. They died because of you, Naruto. And Naruto got saddened by this to a point that he never wants to talk to Menma again. And he packs his stuff and runs off. This time, Naruto doesn't go to Satsuki, doesn't go to anyone, but he actually goes to the front gates. And just saying, it was pretty late. It was around like 9-10 p.m. And Naruto looks back one more time and decides to say goodbye to his favorite spot. And he goes to the fourth Hokage stone face engraving. And of course, Naruto just stays there, sits there, looks up in the sky for the last time. This is the last time he gets to see this view for the foreseeable future. And Naruto, since he has a few kunais in fact, he actually engraved something on the Hokage's hair and said, "I'm sorry, Satsuki." And this is what he wrote, because Sasuke doesn't know about Naruto's favorite place. And then Naruto actually disappears from the village, and no one really noticed because Naruto was so small and sneaky that he was able to get out of the village easily. And yeah, Naruto's now gone. Of course, the Hokage actually the Hokage was gonna come within a week to actually give the payment for Menma and the Naruto's, payment in the for the apartment, but it is what it is. Satsuki, who was actually planning to play with Naruto on this day, she was searching for him, but she couldn't find him, and she was pretty sad when she returned home. And basically, Fugaku and her, Mikoto asked what happened. Did you have a fight with Naruto or something? And basically, she said no, I couldn't find him. And basically, they asked if Naruto avoiding you or something, and basically she said no, I went to every place, but I couldn't find him. And basically, they were like, what do you mean you couldn't find him? And basically, they kind of got worried because they know about Naruto's abusive, home life, and they wanted to do something about it. But Naruto's always like, it's fine, please don't do anything. It's just gonna make it worse. And they're like, all right, Naruto. And basically, after this, Naruto, who is gone. And just saying, Naruto was still bleeding when he was actually gone, and he actually got pretty far. Even as a small child, as a 6-year-old, he got pretty far. And remember, Naruto's gone solo now. This is what I meant. He's a lone wolf now, and he decides he basically abandoned the village. But there will be a few changes here. Naruto keeps going further and further, losing blood though, and there was this one point where he couldn't take anymore, and he was literally at the border of the land of fire and the land of waves. Naruto then faints, and mist surrounds him. And of course, this mist comes from one person only. And you may know him as Zabuza, one of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. Zabuza sees the kid on the ground, bleeding out, near to death, and so he actually decides to pick him up. He picks him up, takes him to his own little house, and bandages him up. Of course, Naruto then wakes up a few days later and sees Zabuza on of course, next to his bed, actually taking care of him. And this is the soft side of Zabuza. And Haku was there too. Haku was still a child, but of course was still 3 years older than Naruto, so he would be 9 here. Anywho, Haku, being a prodigy and everything, sees Naruto and is like, oh hey, you woke up. And basically, well, being a kid, I mean, not a prodigy, being a kid and everything, he's like, oh hey, you woke up. And basically, Zabuza, if you took your time, kid. And basically Naruto's like, where am I? And basically they tell him where he is, and they ask him why he was here. And Naruto tells them that he ran away from his village. And Haku and Zabuza are like, but why? And Naruto tells them that he had an abusive home life, so he was getting neglected by his own village. Not many people liked him. There were only like a certain individuals who liked him. And just saying, Shikamaru and Jojo were Naruto's friends too, and so they were kind of saddened by Naruto actually disappearing. And just saying, Naruto will be replaced by Sai. in the academy, just because why not. And anywho, now that Naruto is gone, and it's been a week, and the Hokage actually came to the Menma's place and asked where Naruto was, and Menma's there, I'm not sure. Probably went to that Satsuki girl's place, and basically, the Hokage is like, Menma, you should be more careful with your brother. If you don't have a good relationship, you'll start hating each other in the future. And basically, Menma's like, I already hate that damn kid. Always gets in my way. Never trains, never does anything. He's just a brat. Him being the Naruto's Jinchuriki was a mistake. He gave the Naruto's to the most incompetent person in the whole village. He's not a prodigy. He doesn't know how to do anything. All he's good at is playing like a child. And basically, Menma's kind of being like kind of jealous of Naruto having such strong, literally powerhouse inside of him, and basically he's kind of jealous, but at the same time he doesn't feel that Naruto's like is worthy or anything. And plus he already hates Naruto because he believes it's because of Naruto or that Kushina and Minato died. But anywho, now that Naruto is actually, Satsuki was actually pretty saddened by Naruto's disappearance, and Itachi actually came to notice this now, and Itachi was like, nah fam, what's Naruto doing? Is he actually trying to avoid my sister or what? I'm gonna go fix him up. He actually body flickers all around the village and can't find Naruto for some reason, and so now Itachi actually started getting worried. He literally genuinely got worried for Naruto, and he knows about Naruto's truth and Naruto's actual identity, but he doesn't he doesn't hesitate and actually begins to actually search for Naruto. Then Itachi actually came across Menma when Itachi was walking and searching for Naruto. Then he asked Menma if he saw Naruto, and Menma then says, if I saw Naruto, the last time I saw him was a week ago. He probably went to your place as usual. After all, he always goes there to cry. And basically, Itachi kind of got pissed off and basically then says, you brat, do you really think treating someone like that is humane? And basically, Menma then looks at Itachi and says, who are you to talk? Damn, and on booze. And basically, now, Itachi kind of got pissed and basically picked up Menma by his collar and said, where's Naruto? What did you do to him? And basically then Menma says, I don't know. He ran away himself. I didn't do anything. And basically then Itachi's like, do you really think I'm that stupid? Do you think I don't know what happens in your household? You damn idiot. What happened to Naruto? Naruto, tell me now. And basically Menma's like, I genuinely don't know. Just let me go. And as soon as he says this, he actually uses a lightning technique where he actually engulfs himself in lightning. And Itachi's like, interesting. And then Itachi turns his Sharingan on and basically looks into Menma's memories, and literally Menma, he sees Menma beating Naruto and basically them having a fight and Naruto leaving somewhere. And then Menma's like, so you were the cause of this in the first place. Why did you hit Naruto? Tell me now. And basically Itachi's pretty pissed because Itachi thinks of Naruto like his own little brother. But still, he's pretty pissed off at Menma for treating Naruto like he did. And Naruto really didn't deserve it. Like, what did he do bad? He just came back from a friend's house. Like, bro, he didn't deserve to get beaten like that. But of course, Menma said he deserved it. Never listens to my orders. Never does anything. Never trains. Is just a pest. Do you not understand? All he does is get in the way. And basically, then Itachi's like, damn brat. All you think about is yourself. You imbecile. Selfish little prick. And then basically Itachi keeps going to search the village, and he actually asks Satsuki where Naruto's favorite places to be are. And basically Fugaku overhears this and he's like, why are you asking this, Itachi? And Itachi's like, I'm worried about Naruto. I've searched the whole village for him. He's like, I can't find him anywhere. And then Fugaku raised an eyebrow to this and he's like, what do you mean you searched the whole village? Were you that worried? And basically Itachi's like, of course I'd be worried. He's like a little brother to me. And plus I can't find him. I don't understand where he went. Satsuki, do you know of any places where he likes to hang out? Or any places you two went to that he said he liked. And Satsuki thinks hard about this, and she's like, oh, I know one place. And basically Itachi takes Satsuki on his back, and basically Fugaku actually decides to go with them, and Mikoto stays back, well, hoping for the best. And literally, they go to the Hokage stone face, the Minato stone face, and basically, they see a little message for Satsuki. It was engraved by a kunai. They could tell because nothing can really engrave something like that unless it's some kind of sword or something. But that's irrelevant. It's engraved. There's an engraving saying, "I'm sorry, Satsuki," and well, Fugaku's and Itachi's and Satsuki's worst, well, fear came to reality. Naruto disappeared. Naruto left a message. Naruto must have left the village. He's somewhere outside the village. He's just a kid. And from what he saw, from what Itachi saw, Naruto was bleeding. And Itachi was super worried now. And then says, we need to find Naruto quick. He was bleeding when I saw into Menma's memories. We need to find him. If he's outside the village, he's in danger. If he faints, he'll die. If he faints anywhere that no one can find him, he will die. And basically, as soon as he says this, Satsuki starts crying, and basically, Fugaku takes her back home by using body flicker. And Fugaku is actually really worried now, because Fugaku was like a second father to Naruto, and he actually started enjoying Naruto's company. And plus, he kept everyone busy with Satsuki and Naruto always playing around the house and everything. And he actually started getting used to Naruto, and he's like, nah fam, allow that please. And basically now Mikoto actually comes to find out about the news, and Mikoto actually decides to help out. And of course the Hokage is alerted about it, and the Hokage stands up from his chair and says, wait, what? And literally they all the Hokage actually asks Menma, and basically Menma's like, listen, I didn't do anything after beating him. He's the one who chose to leave on his own. Don't blame me. Blame that idiot. And basically, the Hokage is like, Menma, you're taking it too far now. He's your own little brother. You should be worried about him. And Menma's like, as I said before, he's just a pest. Leave me out of this. I don't care if he leaves. I don't care if he dies. It doesn't matter to me. He can do whatever he wants with his life now. And basically, the Hokage is like, Menma, you do not understand. You'll regret this one day. Do you not understand that? And Menma's like, I don't really care. Anywho, sorry, I'm just saying, Sai doesn't replace Naruto. That's the mistake I made. Sorry, I just want to address that now. I completely forgot about Menma. Anywho, now, Menma, who was kind of blamed of Naruto's disappearance, he didn't really care, and he just kept going with his life, and all the fangirls going after him. Anywho, since he is a prodigy and he showed great progress in his own training, and people just liked him for the kind of person he is. They just like strong people. I'm like, what the hell, fam? Anywho, Naruto couldn't be found anywhere, and even Kakashi, Anbu members, even Root members will actually join the search for Naruto, but Naruto was too far gone. It's been a week, and Naruto, even though he wasn't a prodigy, only a 6-year-old, he actually got way too far, even for anyone to, no one really was expecting Naruto to go that far. Even Shisui joined the search, and he went even further beyond to actually to search for Naruto, and went all the way to near enough the border of the land of waves and the land of fire, and he saw a few footmarks. They were pretty big, but there was a lot of blood around, and basically he thought of the worst, but he didn't. After actually searching for Naruto, getting into the land of waves, he really couldn't find anything. So in the end, he just left and told the news to the Hokage that he even couldn't find him in the borderline and in the land of waves, so he doesn't know what to do. And the Hokage was pretty pissed off at himself for being so ignorant, not helping Naruto when he truly needed help, and allowing Menma to do this to his own little brother. Of course, the Hokage is pretty pissed, but it is what it is. He can't really do anything to Menma, and if it were up to him, he'd keep this a secret, but of course he needs to find Naruto. So he tells a few special Jonin to actually always keep an eye out for a blonde boy if they're ever in a mission. Blonde boy with whiskers and blue eyes, bright blue eyes, of course. They said, yeah, sure, and they recognized this description, and they realized that something must be going on behind the scenes. And so some people actually made some research, and they actually infiltrated some top secret info, and they heard about Naruto's disappearance. Some ninjas were pretty stoked about it, some were kind of worried because he is the Naruto's Jinchuriki, and if any other village comes to uh, gets their hand on the Nine Tails, and if it's a village like the Cloud, then it's a problem, especially because the Cloud already has two tail beasts. So if they got another one, that would be a massive problem. But it is what it is. Now that it's been a month, Satsuki's kind of been depressed for the past month, and the Shikamaru and Choji kind of tried their best to cheer her up. And Shikamaru and Choji actually heard about Naruto's disappearance because they were his friends and they were told about it, especially because Naruto, well, of course, they asked Satsuki, and Satsuki told them the truth because she doesn't want to lie to her friends, her only friends that she has remaining, pretty much. Because not many people liked her because she actually hung out with Naruto, but she didn't really care. All she cared about is hanging out with the people she truly cared about. Anywho, now that Naruto is actually gone, Satsuki is pretty freaking pissed, and well, not pissed. She's pretty saddened by this, and she wants to find out where Naruto is. She wants to find out what happened to him. Why did he leave the village? Like, was there a reason? And since Satsuki was never told about why Naruto left in the first place, she was really like in in the blue of everything, and she wanted to understand what was happening. Where did Naruto go? But of course, no one was really telling her, and this was saddening Satsuki because she really wanted to know where her friend was, but of course, no one told her. And in the end, Satsuki never got to know even for the next 2 years. Even after she started the academy, she still didn't know where Naruto went. But she always kept the memory of Naruto in her head, and she never forgot about him. She still, to this day, always goes to the Hokage's face, always wondering where Naruto is. But right now, we'll skip. Of course, it's been 2 years now. Well, I've explained what happened in the village, and Satsuki and well, her friends have been training, and their way is to never let their friends disappear ever again, and to always protect their friends. And of course, Satsuki's one is the same as theirs, as the Shikamaru's and Choji's, but her one is actually to her one's kind of different, and it's actually to find Naruto. Of course, they want to find Naruto too, but really they have no clue on when to begin. So as of right now, their only goal is to actually protect their own friends from ever disappearing or ever going through a hard time. And if they are, they will help them themselves. And basically, Satsuki, who actually knew about Naruto's home life, she couldn't help Naruto at all. And this is what pissed her off the most. She knew about everything and she really did nothing. And this really saddened her because she had the power. She had the power to actually help Naruto out, but she decided not to, and literally do nothing. And look what happened now. Naruto's gone, and this is what pisses off the most. But it is what it is. During this time, Naruto has been training with Haku and Zabuza, and Naruto will be training with them for train with them for a full 2 years. And Naruto has learned a lot of new things. Even though Naruto isn't a prodigy, he's a fast learner, and Naruto was able to learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu, yeah, and the Ice Release. Yes, Naruto gets Ice Release thanks to Haku. Yes, I'm going to make Naruto kind of pretty strong, not overpowered as of right now, but still, Naruto was being searched even by Jiraiya's spy network. Yes, the word even went to Jiraiya, which actually pissed off Jiraiya the most out of everyone, because that is his godson, and Jiraiya was pretty disappointed in his other godson, who was meant to be Naruto's older brother, and all he did is literally play the biggest role in Naruto's disappearance. Of course, Jiraiya searching everywhere, but he could never find him. And Naruto told, Naruto, now that he's 8, he actually leaves Zabuza and Haku, because he's actually going to go on his own journey. Of course, Zabuza and Haku accept this and tell him to one day come back and spar with them and see yeah, how strong he's got, and they want to see how strong he's got. And of course, Naruto then says, "If only you survive, or before I come back." And basically, Zabuza's like, "Do you really underestimate us that much?" And Naruto's like, "Not really, but still, who knows? A ninja should always be ready to die, remember?" And basically, Zabuza's, and basically Haku is that, "Zabuza, you were the one to teach him this." And basically, Zabuza is a bit more friendly with Haku here, especially because of Naruto's influence and just good personality. Zabuza, even Zabuza, like I repeat, Zabuza changed, but his ways now. Anywho, Naruto leaves, says his final goodbye, and goes off on his own journey. Naruto, on his own journey, literally uh, wants to learn about the world and learn what he's really missed out, and all the things that he could have done with other people, if only they accepted him in their own, in their own little friendship group or something. He just wants to see what would have truly happened if he had other friends other than Satsuki and Choji and Shikamaru. You know what I mean. Anywho, now now, of course, Naruto, who has been training for quite a while, he actually goes. Naruto has been training for a ton of time. Well, for a long time now, and he actually decides to uh, go and train by, not train. He wants to learn how to use the sword. And remember, Zabuza has taught him quite a bit about swords, but he really doesn't want to learn how to use a massive sword. So he actually over time learns how to use a katana. Yes, Naruto learns how to use a katana. And so, not a katana like a big ass katana, not something like that, but just a normal small katana, and an arm sword basically. And Naruto, over this time, he actually does learn how to use one, but of course it's pretty hard, and he's not the best at it. But he doesn't really, and plus he didn't really enjoy it as much as normal ninja fighting. Anywho, so Naruto actually goes on another journey to just train in finding out new techniques, and he wants to learn as many techniques as he can and not miss any of them out, and try to learn the most that he can. Of course, Naruto is pretty freaking strong here, and so just saying, Naruto is literally right now, I would say, near enough Chunin level. He's actually stronger than Menma right now, and that is mostly because of his ice release, but that is all thanks to Naruto's own training and hard work. And also Zabuza helping him train, since remember, Zabuza is pretty freaking overpowered even here. And yeah, Zabuza has helped Naruto over these years, and Naruto's really thankful for that, but still Naruto has to train on his own. Anywho, a few years pass and Naruto is now 12, and he's learned a lot. Like, he even met a new master who actually helped him master his taijutsu, and this guy, his name was actually Thing. Of course, he meets Roshi, the Four Tails Jinchuriki, and he actually learns quite a bit from him. Of course, Roshi actually came to actually like Naruto as a a student, and of course, it's kind of different. It's not like a Naruto. Sorry. No, it's kind of different. Sorry, that was my bad. Naruto, after finishing his training, 4-year training with Roshi, actually decides to leave to go off on another journey of his own and to learn more things about the world. And so Naruto goes off on his own again, and of course Roshi says his goodbye, and Naruto says his own. Anywho, Naruto sets off on another journey, and of course during this time Satsuki has become a lot stronger. She already has the two Tomoe Sharingan, and the Sharingan, not the two Tomoe Sharingan, just normal Tomoe Sharingan. And she's actually putting a team with the person she hates the most. And during this time, Naruto has learned a lot about the world, a lot about the cycle of hatred. He's seen poor people, but Naruto, something he's been doing is making a name for himself. People have been calling him the people have been calling him the solo fighter, the solo player. Most people call him the solo player because he's actually solo. He plays, he doesn't play, he just does everything on his own. Even though he's a 12-year-old, he always wears a mask to hide his identity, like an Anbu, and he actually has he made him a name out of himself. Literally, people are actually scared of him. Literally, a lot of people don't know his identity, but some people do. For example, Roshi actually knows who this yellow, the solo player is, but also Naruto goes under another nickname, and that is the solo wolf. And the only reason that is because Naruto is fully solo. But during these missions that Naruto has been doing, they he's been getting commissions, and with this money he's actually helping out the poor. He's like a Robin Hood of the of the Naruto era. But of course, Naruto never really wants to steal from others, but he actually gives to others with the money he earns on his own. But of course, Naruto is no killer. He only kills when it's needed and when someone literally is trying to kill him or something. But of course, Naruto doesn't. It doesn't mean that Naruto isn't ruthless. When it comes down to it, if Naruto has to be ruthless, he will be ruthless because he doesn't give a damn about anyone. To be honest, the only people he really cares about is himself, Satsuki, and Choji Shikamaru, of course, even Itachi. He has heard about the Uchiha massacre, and he does want to find out why Itachi did it, and he knows that Itachi is not the type of person to do that, and so his goal in life is to actually find out, meet Itachi one day, since he knows that Itachi is actually in the Akatsuki, and he doesn't want to join the Akatsuki because he knows that he has a hunch that they are actually after something he has himself. And of course, Naruto doesn't truly know that, but still, he doesn't want to risk anything. So he says, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather not risk anything." But it is what it is. Now, Naruto, who has been training and learning new things over this time actually takes a break from being solo, and actually goes off and literally just takes a break. He just wants to take a break from doing missions, and so he's not going to do any more missions for the next few weeks. He just wants to take a break. He literally deserves one. He's been working so hard over these past 4 years after training with Roshi. Not 4 years. Since with Roshi, he's actually been doing missions at the same time as training him with him. Naruto just he just wants that rest, to be honest. He's like, nah, I've been doing it for quite a while, might as well just take a rest, no more commissions for a while. Well, people gotta deal with their own problems themselves now. Anywho, now Naruto, of course, he takes a 2 weeks, a month of a break, and he actually decides to go back to his initial teacher, his first ever teacher, and who he hasn't seen in 4 years, and decides that to give him a visit. Of course, when he actually arrives, um, the cottage that he actually was in was gone. The cottage that he used to live in with Zabuza and Haku was gone, and he was kind of bummed out. He's like, "God damn it, they moved," and he couldn't really say anything about it because remember, it's been 4 freaking years, and so he's like, it was bound to happen. I mean, they earn peace, right? And anywho, now Naruto, who has been searching them for the next for pretty much his whole break, actually comes across this team and just saying, now I shall be going over the development of Team 7. Of course, Team 7 is literally Menma, Satsuki, and Sakura. Sakura is actually all over Menma, and Menma is like the next Yellow Flash. He actually learned the Flying Raijin, and something pretty freaking overpowered, which actually gives him a pretty close, he's actually pretty close to Naruto's, ability, potential. Naruto has trained harder than Menma right now, and he has much more strength than him. But Menma's potential is just as high as Naruto's. But of course, there are some well differences. For example, Naruto actually having 9 toes, and he could actually unlock KCM. So technically, Menma is kind of at a disadvantage, but it doesn't really matter. Menma deserves it. Anywho, well, deserves the disadvantage after what he did to Naruto. Anywho, the search for Naruto never ended, and even to this day, Itachi is still on it, even though he's in the Akatsuki, and even Kakashi, some villagers are still on it, and Jiraiya is still on the hunt for Naruto because he wants his godson back. He wants to return, well, actually see his godson for the first time, and he actually wants to know why he left and why he didn't ask for help from the Hokage. The Hokage would have gladly helped him. Basically, he wants to an explanation on why. But of course, Naruto has grown, and he really doesn't need the Leaf Village anymore. And he pretty much all he cares about right now is creating peace in the world. Literally, that is his goal in life. He doesn't care about anything else. All he cares about is peace. Anywho, now that Naruto, well, has found, well, of course, now we have, as I said, I had to cover Team 7. Team 7 actually, well, as I said, is made out of Satsuki, Menma, and Sakura. Satsuki's dream is actually to find out why her brother did why the Uchiha massacre happened, and to bring back an old friend of hers. And basically, Menma says, huh, an old friend, you mean that pest again? Don't talk to him in this scene, please, I beg you. And then as soon as he says this, out of nowhere, Satsuki actually, well, lets out a bit of bloodlust that she has been hiding for a while, and says, you shut up. You should know your place, Menma. I'll kill you if you talk one more time. And then Menma's like, whoa, you're getting kind of big there, aren't you, Satsuki? Only because you're an Uchiha, it doesn't mean you can beat me. And then Menma lets out his own bloodlust, but it's nothing compared to what Satsuki can really pull out. But if we were to compare them to Naruto's, yeah, Satsuki and Menma, their bloodlust is not into Naruto. Like, that's how strong Naruto is. Well, Naruto's bloodlust, to be honest. But still, Naruto, who is now searching for his own master and brother, and pretty much his family. He's been searching for them for a while, and he couldn't find them for some reason. But of course, Team 7 still passed the bell test this time, because Menma actually created a plan because remember, he's pretty smart, and he helped out Team 7 pass, and then basically gave a smug smile to Satsuki. And Menma actually has an interest for Satsuki. He's literally trying to win her over, but still, Satsuki would never fall for someone like Menma, and that is mostly because of what happened in the past, and she knows how Menma truly is, his true colors, and she would never get with someone that disgusting. But of course, Sakura still tries to get Menma's attention. Of course, Naruto, Team 7, within a month, they're actually able to rank up in the, ranks, and they're actually given a CMAC mission. Of course, it's the same mission to escort, Tazuna, and of course Tazuna makes a joke about Satsuki this time, because Satsuki is actually the shortest there, and basically Satsuki doesn't really retaliate or anything, but Menma's like, oh, Satsuki, aren't you going to say anything to him? And Satsuki's like, you sharp. How many times do I have to tell you not to talk to me? Do you not understand? Or do you want to die? And then Menma is always like, oh, getting kind of big. And basically, of course, Satsuki then says, this one's annoying. And basically, of course, Satsuki keeps training on her own. And even the day before her mission, she kept training. And the only reason was because she actually had hopes to actually meet Naruto in the Land of Waves. Because she has heard that, there was some kind of speculations that Naruto could have actually went to the Land of Waves when he actually escaped the village and well, left the village. And yeah, so Satsuki was kind of stoked that she might be, just maybe, be able to see Naruto again. But of course, that is really a slim chance. But of course, there has to be some kind of plot armor here. But it is what it is. Anywho, now Naruto, who actually is still searching for his former master and teammates, is now starting to come to a conclusion that maybe they're actually dead. But of course, on the day of the mission, where Team 7 actually begins their fight against, Zabuza, well, it's actually mostly Kakashi. Naruto actually comes across them and actually sees Haku, and he's pretty stoked to see Haku and that he's still alive, all well and everything. You know what I mean? Naruto then goes up to Haku and goes behind him and literally taps him on the back and saying, "Hey Haku, how you doing? It's been a while, hasn't it?" And Haku literally just hugs Naruto and says, "How long has it been? 4 years, Naruto. I've heard about you. You've grown so strong. Zabuza's really proud of you, you know that." And not Zabuza proud of me. That's funny. Don't make me laugh. And basically, Haku then says, "I'm not lying. He actually is really proud of you." But of course, right now he's fighting. He's fighting Kakashi of the Sharingan. And Naruto, once he hears that name, he raises an eyebrow and is like, "Kakashi of the Sharingan. He's from the Leaf Village, isn't he?" And basically, Haku's like, "Yeah, the village that you come from, right?" And Naruto's like, "I don't say it's my village anymore, since I left a long time ago. I told you I hate them. Every single one of... Well, I hate a lot of people from the village. Mostly my brother, but still, it's fine. I still love some people from it." And he's talking about Satsuki, but then he actually, ironically, sees Team 7, and it's made out of Satsuki, Menma, his brother, Satsuki, his old childhood crush, and some random girl who he's actually seen around the village a few times when he still was there, and she was pretty annoying, but still, he was kind of stoked to see Satsuki, and so he actually wanted to go and say hello, but then realized that, remember, Naruto has a reputation to keep, and he doesn't want to actually talk to Satsuki, especially because Menma's there, and that is actually preventing Naruto from actually going to Satsuki and just talking to her, literally just saying, "Hey Satsuki, it's been a while." Literally, Menma is that annoying that Naruto doesn't even want to go in front of him. He literally hates him that much. He doesn't want to see his face. He literally hates him to that extent. Anywho, of course, Menma doesn't really give a damn. And Satsuki would be really happy to see Naruto still well and everything. But of course, Naruto would never come out, especially because of Menma being there. But still, Naruto's pretty saddened by this. Of course, Zabuza still gets kind of annihilated by Kakashi, because Kakashi is much stronger than Zabuza. Remember, Zabuza was literally fighting a lost fight, and of course, out of nowhere, two Senbon actually, three Senbon actually appear out of nowhere, and they pierce Zabuza's neck, and Zabuza's pull out, and basically Haku says, "Sorry for disturbing your little fight, but I've been searching for this one for a while. He always keeps escaping me, but thank you for making my life easier. I'm an ombre from the mist. I had to capture Zabuza, one of the 7 ninja salesmen of the mist. He ran away from the mist, and now he was wanted. Thank you for making my life much easier. Anywho, I shall be leaving now." And of course, right before they left, Naruto looked back. Yes, Naruto was leaving with them too, and he looked back and literally saw Satsuki, and he smiled once. And basically, when they left, Satsuki actually saw someone with them, and she was like, "Wait, what?" And as soon as she says this, she saw a a masked figure, and once he turned around, he had orange, red, the yellow hair, blonde yellow hair, and he looked back one more time, even through his mask, and he had a glowing blue, light blue eye, and Satsuki had suspicions of who this was, She was like, there's no way. Was that? No. And basically she was pondering about this, but still Naruto and Haku actually spent the next few days actually searching for crops to heal Zabuza, and Naruto's pretty saddened that he couldn't actually go and say hello to Satsuki, and it's mostly because of well, not only Menma being there, but also uh Sakura being there, and he doesn't really want to go in front of them too. But it is what it is. This time, when Naruto and Haku actually spend some time talking and collecting crops, they actually, well, collecting medical, well, medicine, medical plants for Zabuza to heal. They actually still meet Satsuki. This time, Naruto wears his mask, and basically, Satsuki's like, wait, are you Naruto? And basically, Naruto's may I know you're talking about, miss? And basically, Satsuki's like, don't lie to me. And Naruto's miss, you're getting the wrong person. Please do not confuse me with other people. And basically, then he tells her his code name, and basically, Naruto then says, you may know me as a thing, the yellow, well, the solo player. And basically Satsuki's like, yeah, I've heard of that name before, but you really remind me of my friend. And basically Naruto then says, I'm sorry, miss, but I am not the person you're searching for, so please do not get me confused, do not get your hopes high. I really don't want to ruin your hopes, so please, miss, never do that again. You shouldn't get your hopes high when you if you are not sure about something. And anywho, Naruto's only doing this because he's just waffling really. And basically uh Haku's like, wait, what? Why is Naruto lying? And basically, he doesn't really want to question Naruto's motive, and Haku does know that Naruto is from the leaf, so he doesn't really want to question Naruto's motive, to be honest, because Naruto has gone through a rough life, and he's like, nah, let me just not ask, so it will just be annoying. And basically, Haku then tells Sakura about the same thing that basically, you know, he told Naruto in the original about the loved thing. If you have a loved one, you'll always get stronger. And basically, Satsuki's that I did have a loved one a long time ago, but he's now gone. And basically smiles, and Naruto then widens his eyes. Is that, who might that be? Wait, loved one? Nah, I can't. Nah, whatever. Let's not get into her personal life. And basically, he thinks he's someone else that Sasuke might have liked, and he doesn't really think it's him because he never really had too much self-esteem. And even to this day, even though people fear him and call him like a savior and everything, Naruto still has low self-esteem. So that's why he doesn't like to be called all these things that people call him, like, oh, the savior of this world, blah blah blah. And basically, of course, Naruto then says, oh, anyway, Haku, we gotta go, remember. And basically Haku's like, anywho, miss, we shall be leaving now. And basically right before Naruto left, Satsuki's like, wait, hey you. And basically Naruto's like, and basically she's like, can I see your face? And basically Naruto's like, you should not ask for people's identities, miss. I should not give you my true identity. I'm sorry. And this just made Naruto really bait, but still, uh, of course, Satsuki, sorry, I got confused with Tsuki. Satsuki really didn't want to pry or anything, but still, she was kind of skeptical of Naruto. And basically, while Naruto and Haku were actually going, to Zabuza, Haku's like, Naruto, why are you hiding your identity from her? And basically Naruto's like, Haku, how many times do I have to tell you that I have a bad, experience with the leaf? And basically Haku's like, yeah, I know, but do you really have to be that cold? Maybe she knew you. And basically Naruto then says, Haku, please, like, you must understand, even if she knew me, I can't really tell her that I'm still alive, or I am Naruto now, can I? And basically Haku's like, true that. And basically now they leave. Well, of course, the next week Naruto, Haku actually fights Menma and both Tsuki, while Sakura actually stays back, and Naruto watches this fight, and he's like, interesting, very interesting. And basically, while this fight was actually happening, Naruto was just watching, and then he actually saw Zabuza and Haku both die, and Satsuki being pretty pissed, and Satsuki giving the Takano Jutsu. And of course, Zabuza, who was already half dead, he was about to fight, but then Naruto says, please, Sensei, rest in peace. Next to Haku, my older brother, I shall take care of Gato for you. So please, just rest now. And literally Naruto rests Zabuza on the ground, closes his eyes, and basically Naruto looks at Gato and says, you will pay for the pain you have caused for my master, my older brother, and me. And basically Naruto was in pain after literally hearing Gato talking all this crap about Zabuza and Haku, and basically he was so pissed. He wanted to annihilate Gato, to be honest. Enough, I let this one slide G, and basically he was ready to annihilate him, literally decimate him. And Menma, for some reason, felt a weird connection with Naruto. Of course, Naruto does know who Menma is, and he's like, please, don't even look at me, bro. Like, bro, I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you are my brother once. You are Count. You're a Count. And basically, he's like, nah, bro, just fuck off. And anywho, now, Naruto ruthlessly kills Gato and everyone, and Gato's men, and of course, he has literally, he doesn't give a damn. He's like, nah, bro, I ain't letting anyone live here, and literally goes all out. Even his ice release, he uses the ice massacre, something that he learned on his own, and it's a mass destruction technique. Anywho, he kills Gato's men easily, and then he looks backwards and looks at Satsuki, and then says, you're pretty curious, but you should keep your nose out of other people's business, understood? And basically, right before, after he said this, Naruto then actually took made two shadow clones, a shadow clone, and carried both Zabuza and Haku's bodies away, and basically, this is where, Satsuki's ninja wave was actually, decided, and she's like, I'll have to protect everyone, right? Would Naruto do that? And basically, she was kind of like, oh, we want, and basically, whatever. You know what I mean. Anywho, now Naruto buried both of his siblings, his family basically, and actually spent the next 2 hours crying, literally in front of their graves, and asked them why did they leave him. They left him too. His true parents and now them, and basically, behind Naruto there were two spirits, and they were both Haku's and Zabuza's spirits, and they were both consoling Naruto because Naruto was really, really saddened by their deaths. He didn't show it before, but in reality, Naruto was really hurt when he saw his two family members get decimated. The best description I could pretty much give, but still, you know what I mean. And Naruto was really hurt by this, but it is what it is. It is life. Even he himself said a ninja should be, ready for death at any moment. And basically, now Naruto said goodbye to their graves and said that he'll become strong, just as strong as them, and he will survive. He will bring peace to this world, and do it in their names. And basically, as soon as he says this, Naruto then literally body flickers away and leaves their two graves. And of course, Naruto buried them somewhere safe, somewhere not many people could actually reach. And this is somewhere Naruto has found, and it's a peaceful place. And he wanted to bury them here because it is literally a peaceful place. And anywho, that is where I'm going to end it. This has been literally one of my favorite voices to ever actually make, and I hope you all enjoy it. And anywho, this was the King of Weebs here, and this was What If Naruto went solo part 1 out of 3. And please subscribe to my second channel, The King of Fools, link in the description below. Subscribe to Kazama, Ratreet, and Minimum123. And also follow Shokiro on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And join my Discord server in the link in the description. All the links are in the description below. And it's currently 2:30 a.m. and I'm going to edit this, go sleep, and probably upload it tomorrow. And well, I have to upload tomorrow. I'm back on the grind. And anywho, I've been drawing on Procreate while doing this, so it's been fun. I've been doing some good artworks, in my opinion. I'm not really the best at drawing. I just started, but here's what it is. Anywho, if you guys want to see my drawings, I might upload them on Insta. Anywho, peace, guys. My ducklings, you're dismissed. Love you all. Thank you for the support. 10k, 9k by the end of 2020. And remember, Corona's still out there. If you stay safe, and if you came up to here, put in your comment hashtag end of video squad. And remember, when 46% of you are not subscribed, and also turn on that bell notification to be notified every time my uploads come out. And you ducklings, you're dismissed. Peace.